Hey guys, hey, I'm doing another TV show type video. And this one is about shows that should be on Netflix. There's a lot of shows on Netflix, and I watch a lot of them, and I've seen most of them, and I'm addicted. But I just thought I would throw out some of the ones I think should be on Netflix, and let me know if you agree, and I really wish that we could just like write a letter to Netflix and like, just put these shows on there. What's hard? Like, why is it so difficult? Why can't you just put all these shows on Netflix? So, let's get started. Okay, number one is Cougar Town. I loved Cougar Town so much. Courtney Cox is an amazing actress. That show is so lighthearted and happy, and I feel like if more people watch that show, more people would be happy and sane, and just like happy. Like, I don't know, like, I know it sounds crazy, but like TV really affects me, and I feel like I'm more mature because of how much TV I watch, and I know that sounds crazy, but I've watched like more mature TV shows since I was very young, and I feel like watching people make mistakes and embarrass themselves and like look stupid and make bad choices like helped shape me into the person I am and made me not want to make those mistakes. Like, instead of learning from my own mistakes, I've learned from the mistakes that people make on TV shows. I know that sounds bad, but yeah, Cougar Town I find to be just like a very happy show. Like, it's kind of like watching Modern Family, how it's like funny, kind of weird, but like you just see a happy family and you just like, oh, it just gives you like a warm fuzzy feeling. But it's not on Netflix, and I think it should be. Number two, Castle. Castle recently ended, which was the saddest thing ever, and if you follow me on Twitter, you know I was pissed about the ending, very mad. I talked all about this in my shows that shouldn't have been ended so soon, so you can watch that there, like when we talk more in depth about this, but I think that should be on Netflix. I know if you watch Castle, you agree, like, it's just a strong show, and I don't think it should have been canceled, and I don't think that it should be so hard to find. I think we should be able to watch it on Netflix whenever we want, especially ABC needs to like sell this show to freaking Netflix because you screwed all your fans out of a good ending. Just my opinion. Next, Desperate Housewives. Desperate Housewives used to be on Netflix, and I watched it through twice while it was on there. I love Desperate Housewives. I watched it while it was live. I was very young, but I watched it. I just loved all the characters, so many different characters and character types, and just like overdoing it drama, which made it so funny, but it was also so serious. Like, there's so many episodes where you laugh hysterically and so many episodes where you just cry hysterically. I think there's something in it for everyone. I know it's like a soap opera, but I feel like if I had a boyfriend and I made him watch it, he would probably break up with me. But I think that he would secretly actually like it. Like, I feel like it's such a good show. It's just so much happening, you can't not want to watch it. Next, Nip Tuck. Nip Tuck also used to be on Netflix. Nip Tuck is such a good show, and I know it's not for everyone because it's very gory and like very dark, like very, very, very dark and very serious. But Julian McMahon is one of my favorite actors. He's like the main character, and there's just so much that went on in that show. Very intense, hard to watch sometimes, like very Dexter-like, where like as much as you love it, sometimes you kind of hate it, but you have to watch anyway. It's like watching a car wreck, that kind of thing. But it was just so good, and that was like an FX show, so you know that that show was gonna be crazy. Next is an older show that I really think should be on Netflix, and that is Beverly Hills 90210, like the original, not the one from the CW, but the original like Beverly Hills 90210. I watched all those episodes. Like, I've seen every episode of that show on it was like the Soap Network when that was actually a channel. I don't think that's a channel anymore. That show was so good, and like the original one I think is really important for people to see because that was one of the first shows ever in like the history of the world that showed so many different things, like, you know, sexual orientation for teenagers and like losing your virginity and like all those things that kids probably felt really weird about talking about. Like, even nowadays people feel weird about talking about a lot of those things, and like we've grown so much in society, but I think that show really like started it all off and really gave teenagers a voice. It's very good, and like I feel like the acting was strong and the show was good, and it gave you still a sense of friendship. And like, I think even though some crazy stuff happened and maybe all those characters aren't good role models, I think it's something that every teenager should watch that show, and I think that guys and girls both would like it. I would really recommend that show if you can find it somewhere. Please, Netflix, get that show. It's so good. Next is a show I think everyone would agree with me on, Boy Meets World. Boy Meets World just should be on Netflix. Like, I know it's random on TV, like randomly they'll have repeats, and I love that, but I just want to watch all from the beginning to the end again. That show was such, like, that show screams like my childhood, and the characters are amazing. Like, I just want Corey and Topanga. Like, I want that, like, me to be Topanga, and I need a Corey. And I just, oh, that show is just so good. Mr. Feeney, like, everything about that show is amazing. Now this one, I don't know if I'm going to explain this right, but if you ever watched Degrassi growing up, I feel like Degrassi is a show that's been on since like the early 90s. I watched it in like the early 2000s, and it was like Manny and like Craig, Emma, Sean, are these the characters' names? I might be wrong. It was like when Drake was on it, and that show was so good. Like, I watched, I think it was called Degrassi Next Generation, and like when those characters were on, it was very good. I stopped watching as soon as like all those characters left, pretty much. I think it also showed more like current, like when I was that age, it showed me what actually like real things that could happen. Like it talked about sexually transmitted diseases, losing your virginity, like getting pregnant in high school. And like I know those things don't happen to everyone obviously, but like it kind of showed you the ups and downs, like the realistic ways. Like it didn't always have a happy ending, and I thought that was a very good way to show a show. And I feel like a lot of shows now always just have a happy ending, which is nice, but like some shows you want to have more realistic endings, and you want things to be more realistic and like things to happen that actually could happen. And I feel like that's what Degrassi did. Is Brothers and Sisters. Brothers and Sisters used to be on Netflix. I've watched it twice on Netflix. It has such fantastic actors in it. Sally Field, one of my favorite actresses of all time. I'm obsessed with Sally Field. It's like a creepy obsession I have with her. About like a family and a mom, and like just the drama that happens with them. And it's a very, very strong show. It's very funny, but very, very serious. And it's like lighthearted enough that you feel like you're watching a comedy, but it's also serious enough where you can really get into it and really love the characters. And then last but not least, of course, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and every single like spin-off series they've ever had needs to just be on Netflix. Like, I know it's a lot, and I know ABC will never agree to it, but Bachelor and Bachelorette really needs, like, I would binge watch the crap out of that. Like, oh my god, I'd be so happy. Like, you know, now people talk about like the old Bachelor and the old Bachelorette and like the old people on it and like the drama. Well, you know what, where am I gonna find that? Where am I gonna go watch all those old episodes? Well, I have no idea, so let's put it on Netflix, please. And I think that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any other suggestions of what you think should be on Netflix. Check out my other videos related to television shows in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos from me. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. Share this video out to anyone, maybe share this to Netflix. Let's just like send it to Netflix a whole ton on Twitter, and maybe they'll do it. Probably not, but we'll see. So thank you again. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.